Eastern, so be sure to swing on by and have some fun. I'd like to thank Chibishala for subscribing. I believe Walla Walla also resubscribed. Thank you so much. I see multiple hosts as well. Mucho apreciado. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but let's welcome in our GM for the final game of the day, Mr. Mike Uyama. Come join us, Mike. And shake it on, baby. Twist and shout. Yeah.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Mike. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. Unfortunately, it turns out that I had strep, but because I caught it really early, I haven't had any of the bad symptoms of it, so I'm well enough to do this match because I've been taking my medicine and everything.
Oh, good. Taking your meds, Mike. That's what we want to hear.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, I'm well enough for this match, and so these players are technically what we call the 5B group. Our 5B group last year is players who can't make it to the bracket.
Yep.
And so these players, they might be given a nicer game, a goofy game, or something that's just kind of like absurd, even though it's me and like StairQuest. And this is more on the goofy side, this kind of game, because this comes from an era of gaming where they didn't really have voice actors, they just kind of got whoever they could in the studio to do the voice lines.
Oh, baby. Yeah, and there is a lot of voice acting, right?
Yes, there's a lot of voice acting. I told them to watch all the cutscenes, not to skip them.
Well, just so that we can let people know what game it is, I'm revealing it now. We've got Final Zone 2 for the TurboGrafx. Yeah, and I think I've seen a little bit of this game, but not a whole lot.
And yeah, so Heavy Bass is going to play the intro for us. So whenever you're ready to watch the intro, just tell me, and then Heavy Bass will play the intro.
Okay, cool. I'm still trying to get it so
that we need a sneak peek of the voice.
Oh yeah. Let's see. I still need.
So what's really funny about the box art is that even though US box art looks horrible, the Japanese box art looks like an actual game.
Yeah, let's see. Heavy Bass. I'm just trying to get it so that I can actually see the edges of the emulator on Heavy Bass's screen, because guess what? I can't. And as soon as I can do that, then I can capture him and we'll be good to go. Well, Mike.
I don't think the intro's the best part, but it's still worth watching. So the funny thing is that this game is not that bad. And this is... I don't know if any of the racers are in chat, so I don't want to talk too much about it, but I think they'll find this game pretty fun, including the voice acting. I agree with Rhythm Song, this game's actually super fun. I won't say it's a great game, but it's a pretty decent game. The only thing that's really Kusogr4nde about it is the voice acting. And are you ready for the intro?
No, I'm not. I'm still waiting on some of the players to help out. Okay, I think I might actually have everything captured at this point. Okay. Give me 1 second. And
don't worry, the intro's not too long, so you won't be like, here forever after the match, but it's worth watching.
So it's not Final Fantasy X.
Taste of the voice acting.
Good, I'm cool not watching Final Fantasy X tonight.
Oh, I mean, let's be real. No matter how bad the voice acting is in the game, the cutscenes are generally going to be better than Final Fantasy X.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Mighty Metric Batman, there's 3 Final Zone games. The first one is only for Japanese computers and is actually legit Kusogr4nde. I've tried it out a bit, and I don't know if I want to use it for Kusogr4nde, to be perfectly honest, because it just doesn't seem that fun to watch. There's a Genesis one that in America is just called Final Zone, but in Japan is called Final Zone Senki Axis, and that one is maybe technically the best of the series. It's kind of janky. What's interesting is that those two Final Zone games I mentioned are Wolf Team games, but I guess the publisher was not very happy with what Wolf Team did, so they actually gave it to in-house developer called Reno, and this has no ties to the first Final Zone, basically, except for the characters.
Okay.
And Final Zone Mega Drive is good. No, I like it. It is kind of janky, though.
We're just about ready. Honestly, I just want to make sure that we do have audio loud enough on Heavy Bass's screen so that we can actually hear the voice acting, because that's really important.
It's also weird because the voice acting is kind of quieter than everything else in the game, so it's important to get that.
Okay, I think I can hear it pretty well. Let me... Oh, geez. I messed that up. Yeah, everybody, is this loud enough for you, or should I boost the sound? Also, thank you for the correction there, Joey Gatorman. That is, as a matter of fact, Natara at the top right, not Liz Star. We've got Not Electa at the top left, Heavy Bass 1 at the bottom left, AJ Games Archive at the bottom right. Okay, I'm ready for the intro, so Heavy Bass X is welcome to do that. I'll try to remain as quiet as possible.
Alright, so Heavy Bass is playing the intro.
Sweet.
And now you will know why this is in Kusogr4nde, even though the gameplay is not really deserving to be in Kusogr4nde.
Oh, I am ready.
Our mission is to put down the rebel army which has captured the scientific weapon Walkure. In 5 minutes, we will be passing over our dropping point. Get ready for descent.
Top, call off your mission. Bowie, the Zods!
Hanson? What happened?
A high voltage energy wave is approaching us!
Oh no, they're dead, Mike. Oh, that blood. Ah! Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and boost the audio a little bit louder per request in chat so that we can
that makes
hear
sense.
all of those beautiful voices during the match.
Yeah. So it's worth noting that the line reading somehow gets even worse. as the
really?
game goes on. And
should they choose, or where do you want them to start, by the way? Because we're just about ready to begin the game.
there's also an intro song that plays for about a minute that has lyrics.
Ooh, I like it. Oh, this is too good.
Yep. This is one of 2 songs that has lyrics. And the other song that has lyrics, I'm forcing them to play the character whose song has lyrics.
Gotcha. Oh, it's so good.
I know. It's just total 80s cheese.
This is the best game already. Oh, I'm so excited.
I know, right?
Everybody rock out.
And yes, there is a Bowie, and his name is Howard Bowie, not Howard Bowie, because good English translation.
Awesome. Well,
it's worth noting that the OST is on YouTube, so if you want this song is your ringtone, Gambit 017, you can just look up Vinyl Zone 2 OST on YouTube and you'll find it.
Nice.
Yes, this is a TurboGrafx 16 CD game, aka an era of voice acting that's somehow worse than the PlayStation 1.
So, everybody in chat, I want you to spam your favorite... Okay, let's just imagine you have one emote that you can use before you die. The very last emote you get to use in your life. Spam that emote, everybody. Spam away, because we're doing the countdown. Spam! This is the last one you have. Last chance. Oh,
Before the revolution! That's a preview of the next song that's going to come up.
Oh, I'm excited. I'll probably have to
good.
recrop just because emulator things,
Oh, yeah.
but that's fine.
That's fine.
As soon as I see movement in the first stage, we get our timer going.
Oh, yeah. You're not going to see that for a while because intro cutscene.
That's fine.
Take care of Momoko. Colonel? Don't
Colonel.
dally. Go.
Wow.
So, okay, explain it later because voice acting, but
Where am I? So, only 6 of us survived. Oh! Here come the Rebel Army soldiers. There's no damage.
it looks like Natara is the first one to move.
Let me show
Sweet.
them some fancy action now.
So this game is just an overhead shooter, basically. But the cutscenes are amazing, so that's why I'm making them watch all of them, and I'm sure they're all enjoying
Very
it too.
nice. Oh, I'm loving it.
And you love how like some of the roles are overacted, like oh, and then the others are like, oh, yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey. Nelson JD giving a preview to what might be another Kusogr4nde match. Don't spoil it for people. You can die very fast in this game, as Natara has noticed. You have no iframes, basically.
Really?
That's the big kicker. So while I think this game is pretty easy, and I think there'll actually be at least 1 or 2 people who complete this game. Because this game is pretty fast. There's only 7 stages. They're not too long. The only thing is that you only have 1 life per stage. And it seems like some people have game over it already. So maybe I underestimate how hard this game might be for some people, because I'm kind of used to running guns. And
Oh, yeah, you are.
And it took me about 40-ish or so minutes to get to the final boss.
Okay.
So even though I'm more used to run guns than other people are, I still think that there's at least 1 or 2 players who can make it at least to the final boss so we can get some hot cutscenes.
I would say that probably the part that they're struggling with the most is that you have 8 directions of fire, whereas with modern games you can usually whip back and forth and hit enemies between the angles there.
It's also worth noting that this game actually has you firing from a certain arm and a certain shoulder for your main and sub weapon. So, like, if you're firing up and it's on the left, then when you fire down, it'll be on the right. So that could be disorienting too.
Yeah, that could be a little disorienting. I think they'll get the hang of it, though. So
yeah, in fact, Heavy Bass just made it past the first mid-boss, except the explosions really messed him up. That's really what's going to destroy players, are the explosions, because they just repeatedly hit over and over.
Oh yeah, I could see that. I can see what you're saying about this game being pretty good, though. This looks like a pretty competent running gun.
Yeah, it's not bad. The worst part about it is that the screen only scrolls so fast. It scrolls way more slowly than you can move. So you kind of have to like push up a bit, then stop to shoot some enemies, push up a bit, then stop to shoot some enemies.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
As people are saying, run, then gun.
Exactly.
Yeah, I honestly have not played as many run and guns as I probably should at some point. Like, they're fun, it's just I never really had them.
Honestly, this is not a bad one to play. I wouldn't say it's the best, but you'd at least enjoy the cutscenes. What can I say?
What would you say would be the best run and gun to start with?
I mean, Contra games are always a good one.
Okay, I've played a little Contra.
Yeah, I mean, Contra's a good one to start with. Metal Slug is another good one. I mean, Cuphead is great.
Oh yeah, I've played Cuphead. I haven't beaten it, but I've played it.
Yeah, I mean, Cuphead is very faithful to that era of run and gun. Like, even some jaded retro people were definitely fans of Cuphead, so that is definitely one that I would recommend. So going back to the actual game itself, is that you'll sometimes see these H and B power-ups. The H is a health restore that's about 3 or 4 health, and the B restores your sub-weapon. Only some of the players are using the sub-weapon, but it's good that they are, because the next character, if Heavy Bass makes it out of here, because he's at the end of this, he's near the end of the stage, the next character has a really good sub-weapon because it pierces through stuff.
Okay.
And I would actually argue she's the best character in the game.
It's interesting that it gives you different characters for each stage. I mean,
well,
probably
it's weird because for stages 1 through 3, you only get one character. For stages 4 on, you can choose characters, but stage 4 you can only choose 2 characters. And for stage 4, I told them to pick Momoko because Momoko is the only other character who has a song with the lyrics, and we have to hear it.
Oh yeah. It looks like Heavy Bass took another game over.
Yeah.
I'm not too
Although he's
surprised.
definitely made the most progress.
Yes.
I think what the players are learning is that it's not really good to rush too far. In most situations, you want to kill most of the enemies before you move on. The only exception I would say is stage 5, because that's the one stage that actually scrolls fast enough with your movement. It's weird. The other thing is that, so if you remember in the intro cutscene where they're like, Verder! So that guy's name in text is Velder, and then the other time they say it out loud, it sounds more like Varda.
Are you serious?
Yes! There's like no consistent pronunciation of that person.
I love it.
Go, early 90s translation.
Whoa, whoa.
Exactly. It's worth noting that Bowie's, or Howard Bowie's, sub-weapon is actually pretty good because it's a grenade. And it's also on the other side of him, so like if you're having trouble hitting the enemies with your normal gun, you want to use the grenade.
Yeah, I can... Oh my gosh. Heavy base just needs to be... Oh! That is
no.
a death.
Okay.
So, question. Sometimes I see Vulcan up at the top right. Sometimes I see Bazooka. Is that just the last weapon that was used?
Yeah, that's just the last weapon that was used. So, the 18 on the top right is how many bazooka shots you have left. Or sub-weapon shots, I should say, you have left. And then whenever they're firing it, it switches to bazooka. And then when they're firing the default machine gun, it goes to Vulcan.
Gotcha.
It is worth noting that in stage 4, Momoko might actually be technically the worst character for beating the stage. Because, so with most of the characters, you have a rapid fire gun. With Momoko, you have to mash her gun, and I have no clue why you have to do that.
Well, that's not nice.
No, it's not. But I'm requiring them to do it because the song.
Oh yeah, they need to hear the song.
So, it looks like Not Electa is also making some pretty good progress himself.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I should have had someone else test this, because like, I kind of breezed through this game, but I kind of forgot that I play a lot of run and guns.
You play so many, Mike. You know what? If they struggle, they struggle. That's how games go. I think that
Exactly.
even if I kept dying here, I think I would still be having quite a bit of fun with this.
Yeah, I mean, it's a competent run and gun.
And as Faizu was saying, running guns are really hard.
Some are, but then again, like, I have kind of a twisted view of it just because I've played so many, so, like, what I might consider easy, other people would consider hard. Okay, Heavy Base has learned that you want to grenade those trucks, and so the H is health, the B refills your sub-weapon, which is really useful in some stages. It's not quite as useful early on, because you don't need to use too many sub-weapons early on.
Oh, yeah. I'd say the main priority that the players should have right now is minimizing how many hits they get. Like, learning how, if they get hit, just get out of the majority of the rest of the bullets. There are, like, no iframes in this.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Heavy Base is really taking a lot of damage from the bombs. That's what's tripping him up. And for whatever reason, he doesn't really feel like firing too many sub-weapons himself. I'm not sure why. Because the sub-weapons have pretty good range themselves.
I like Not Electa's strat of just run! It's a running gun. Really emphasizing the run over the gun.
I mean, I don't consider Metal Slug 3 easy. I consider it quite difficult, but I don't think it's the hardest game either. I don't know. The thing is, Swimming Leone, when you play through the game, it's like it's actually really not long, so it's kind of better that there's not that many iframes, because having like more iframes would actually make this a little too easy. Although what would be more fair is if you had iframes and then like the bazooka shots did like 2 damage instead, to, you know, convey that they're more powerful.
Oh, RBW says you're calling him a liar, Mike.
Well, I mean, he is a liar, so fat. So.
I love it. I'm trying to think. I need.
Why are we friends? Because we give each other Kuso. I guess that's why.
Yeah, that's why. That's all friendship needs.
Exactly. I mean, that's how our friendship works, right, Prosentia?
More or less.
Since I'm so bored.
So boring, Mike.
Yeah, it's weird because Heavy Bass definitely knows how to use the bazooka, but really doesn't want to use it for anything other than the machines. And I think if someone else catches on to using the bazooka just for the bazooka guys, so you can just shoot them real fast and then get out of their way, that person will probably make really good progress.
I think you're probably right, yeah. By the way, the people who developed this also developed Golden Axe, it looks like.
I think they created a version of Golden Axe, not the Genesis or arcade version, but one of the ports.
Yeah, they probably did. Frankly, they probably did the TurboGrafx port.
Yep. Apparently, there's a Turbo CD Golden Axe. That would make sense. Yeah, so what's interesting is that while the Turbo CD was a huge failure in the US, it was actually fairly successful in Japan.
Really?
Yeah, so the PC Engine's timing in Japan was 1987. So, like, these kinds of graphics, even though this is the CD and the CD add-on didn't come out until like 89 or 90, were like way better than the NES. So, like, compared to the NES, it looked way better. However, in the US, when the TurboGrafx 16 released, it came out in either 1989 or 1990, and it was already facing up against the Genesis. And unlike the Genesis, which had a bunch of sports games and other games for like Western audience, the TurboGrafx 16 just kind of threw their library out there, and they put in a packet of all games, Keith Courage in Alpha Zone, which is not the worst game, but not really a great game, and it's based on a Japanese anime that no one in the West would know in the 1980s.
Yeah, that's true. By the way, the publisher of this game also published Yo Bro. And they published It Came from the Desert, which was a very special game. Oh my god.
That was a very special viewer's choice. I think my favorite part, that girl who had half of her body bit off and then she was completely fine after you rescued her.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I think Heavy Bass is starting to make a little more progress than last time. Please just fire a bazooka, Heavy Bass. No!
Heavy Bass, no. It happens. Wow, they're having a really hard time with this, but at the same time, it's not exactly the easiest game out there.
I don't think we're going to see the final stage at this rate. However, I do have faith that we're at least going to see stage 4.
Oh, good.
Because it doesn't take too long to get to stage 4. Yes. So what Karaz is saying is true. NEC published almost all of the US TurboGrafx games because they had almost no third-party support.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it was interesting because before the Genesis came out in the US, retailers were actually like asking Sega, like, why should we go for you? NEC is a big company and they're about to release a console. Funny how that turned out.
I mean, you gotta use your bargaining chips, you know?
Mighty Metric Batman, at the very least, Heavy Bass has made it fairly far into stage 1.
Yeah, I think Heavy Bass X is doing the strategy of just try to get enemies to spawn and kill them. The more enemies that are on screen, the harder that's gonna be. Ooh!
Yeah, I still don't understand the stubborn insistence on saving Bazooka, because there's really no reason to save it if you're just going to die anyway.
Well, I think that everything else dies in pretty much one hit.
That's true, but as I said before, the Bazooka just lets you kind of, kite a bit more.
Yeah.
To be honest, there's only one boss you need to save special ammo for, and that's the final boss.
Wow, Nautilekta is actually going to survive this time. 1 bar of health.
Natara's doing pretty well, too. Natara's taking it nice and slow, which is a good strategy.
Good. Yeah, now... I know that
is
this...
a good point, Saint of Virtue.
Okay.
They don't know that they don't need to save ammo. And they probably don't know that the B is actually an ammo restore.
Oh, that's probably true. They went into this with very little information, right?
Yeah, I couldn't really find a manual for this game, and I didn't really need one when I was playing, and the game's pretty simple. Like, it never really evolves from this. I mean, you'll play different characters with different weapons, but, like, the basic core gameplay is going to be the same.
Okay, Heavy Base X is starting to use some of the missile. Or the bazooka.
Yeah.
And there we go, through into the force path.
Yeah, but he's made it here before.
Still.
Okay, but he's doing it with more health this time and not getting hit by the bazooka guys, which is big.
He's also doing some stutter shots, which I think could end up paying off.
It's a smart
overall.
idea.
Okay. Through the grenades, Natara is pretty close to that point as well, it looks. Unless I'm mistaken. I might be.
Which point?
Like where
The
Heavy
house
Base
with all the
is.
bazooka soldiers? Okay.
Oh, yeah. I don't know, I have a hard time telling where people are.
Yeah, there's... Oh, no! I think Heavy Base was right at the boss, and he just stopped being careful around the bazooka soldiers.
Gotta be careful. Gotta watch out. The grenades deal, or the explosives deal so much damage. Like, ludicrous amount of damage there. I think somebody's gonna finish the level in this attempt or next. You know, they're learning a lot about what they need to do here.
Yeah.
And which enemies are really going to be the threatening ones.
Yeah. Which is anything that lobs an explosive or later on in the game shoots a laser beam.
Lasers are bad.
Yeah, lasers are bad. Yeah, lasers are bad. So it's like the Ernest Evans principle of threat. It's not necessarily that they're explosive, it's just that their hitbox lingers. So
yeah,
the
that makes
laser
sense.
has a really long hitbox, so it's gonna hit you 2 or 3 times. I mean, even though this is not developed by Wolf Team, the first game and the Mega Drive game, Genesis game, is developed by Wolf Team, so... So they had to keep a little bit of the jank, I guess.
At least the music's hype.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the game has good music.
I mean, the game, it looks fun, even if frustrating.
Yeah.
Heavy Base X is just trying to rush through here because there are not any of the rocket soldiers, which I think is probably a good plan for now, but just don't get hit by these bullets. Heavy Base X, oh my gosh. I'm so stressed. Oh!
Okay, oh, okay, didn't get hit by the bullets, but those aren't the important bullets to dodge. These are the important bullets.
Yep.
Heavy base, don't stand in front of them.
It was a little damage, not too much. Oh, Natara, by the way, is fighting at the house and is through into the passage.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
I like Natara's.
And she has a decent amount of health.
She's very worried, though. She's going super slow.
No, that makes sense. Okay, I think if Heavy Base beats this, I think that might be the boss. I don't remember. It's funny, because I played this game very... So, Heavy Base can collect the S, which is a full health restore. The P is a life upgrade. So you actually want the P if you're not too low in health.
Okay. Well, they don't know that. Is it a life upgrade that lasts?
Oh, no.
How long does it last?
Heavy Base.
No!
That is the boss. That swarm of enemies is the boss.
Well, the next person who might have a chance at this, Natara, is making pretty steady progress, trying to not get hit by too many enemies. I like this strategy. She's taking it really slow. And getting health right there.
If Natara is the first one to make it to a cutscene, would you just temporarily switch audio to her so we can hear the cutscene?
Yep, she's not using mic, so that would be okay.
Yeah. Drift Peasant, I think you're joking, but it's actually Shining Force games where Bowie the Hero takes his name.
Or maybe his name is Bowie.
Yeah.
That's what I always assumed.
Or maybe his real name is Howard.
Howard!
The base is doing pretty well. Ooh.
Yeah, Natara's in a little bit of a difficult place trying to get some shots in here. There we go.
Ooh.
Good.
Edge it out right there. I mean, she's taking it slow, but it's working out, because this definitely puts her in second place. I don't think anyone else has even made it past
I think you're right. Slow progress is more important than no progress. Okay, Natara gonna grab the P, and that is the health power-up. Definitely want to go for the P.
Yes. Yeah, you generally want to go for those unless you're really low in health. And Natara, I think, is on the boss salvo. No, she's really close to it.
I'm going to switch sound over to hers real quick to see if we can get some of the excitement from over there as well. And hopefully we get to see the cutscene too. This is... Now, Natara, I know, has usually, really been into RPG playthroughs and such, so a run and gun is definitely not her field. Oh, no. But she did pretty good.
I'm not too sure who did better on the boss. I want to say Natara did. I think she destroyed more enemies there.
Yeah, it's hard to say. RBW is saying if you're not using bazooka, that section is particularly difficult. Heavy Base X, stop. Or Heavy Base 1, I suppose. Always changing usernames.
Yeah.
Don't get hit. No, don't get the B.
Oh no, got the bazooka instead.
Well.
He can still do this, it's just...
He's through.
Oh wow, that was really risky, but it worked out.
I'm just relaxing a little bit, enjoying this game. It's the last game of the night. I'm glad that we have such an awesome soundtrack to rock out to.
Oh yeah. And there's more songs.
I really hope we get to hear some of the lyrics. No, heavy bass.
Yeah, so what's interesting about the Stage 4 song is that it has lyrics in Japanese, but they actually just entirely... I think it's the same tune, but they entirely redid the lyrics in English. I don't think they translated it per se, I just think they just redid the song in English.
I still love it, Mike. This game's easy. They'll get through it. Wow.
Well... I'm definitely gonna have someone else test my run and gun.
Yeah, if you ever choose a run and gun in the future, Mike, especially if you're like, wow, this one's really hard, just know that if it's really hard for you, do not give it.
or give it to the the first placers.
Oh yeah, or that.
Oh, I'm not sure, Carol, because I haven't really listened to the Japanese version. I will say that I agree, even without knowing. The lyrics are pretty awkward in English, but that's what makes them so great. The singer's not bad. It's just awkwardly translated.
Oh, yeah. The fact that Kowal thought that people would clear 2 or 3 minigames in virtual bars.
I don't think Proton John even cleared 2 minigames in virtual bar, and he is very well known for playing through a ton of Kusogr4nde, so that was a very optimistic one. Like, at least mine has some basis, even if the basis is completely wrong. Actually, this is a game that I asked to play at Limit Break. I needed some more. I knew I needed some more 5B style games that were actually, like more fun to play or had some gimmick to them. And I knew this game had the really bad voice acting and that one song in Stage 4, Murdoch. And that's why I asked Shentok if I could play this game. And I played it for about 40 or 50 minutes. I can't remember what happened. I think we wanted to go out to dinner, so I didn't end up beating the game until I got back home here and tested an emulator to make sure it'd work in emulator. And I beat it in maybe like 45 or 50 minutes, even with the cutscenes, and I was like, well, they might take a little longer, but I think we'll see a completion. But I guess I was very, very, very wrong. You might be right, Cadis. John might have cleared 2, but not in the same run.
Yeah, it's strange that Corndan is surprisingly good at games when he's not being scored. Yeah.
Yep.
When it doesn't count, he's great.
Is better than regular Corndan, I guess. So when Corndan hungers for those brains, you better watch out, because he'll beat you at Kusogr4nde.
Oh, every time.
Yeah, exactly. Too bad it won't mean any points for him.
I'm trying to think, what games do I usually do better at than expected? I generally say puzzle games, because I've played a lot of puzzle games, unless it's going up against Essentia, because she kicked my butt every time.
Okay, he got the P, that's good, that's a health extension.
Good.
And there is another H here, so he will have full health for this boss. He just needs to be really careful about bazooka shots. Okay, good. He's using the bazooka a little more. He's moving around a bit more, too.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, he's defeated the big boss. He only has to watch out.
There we go.
He beat it.
Okay, I'm gonna be quiet. Yes! I'm being quiet.
Of course, this is serious time.
Colonel Bowie, it's been a long time. I never thought I'd see you in such a way. Whatever made you want to revolt?
Revolt? My orders were to put down the rebel army. Bomber I thought you were the one who revolted.
I guess I ended up with the Joker again. It seems we've been taken in.
You mean someone invented a story that my troop was revolting?
It was the same way in the final zone operation. Someone's trying to get you.
Me? Who?
Who knows? But you are an able officer. There might be people who would hate you just for being so good.
What are you saying? I'm just a soldier. I've never done anything to make enemies.
Yeah,
You
we
would
know
say
this
that.
because you can't voice act.
My eyes are failing. I'll be happy to die by your hand. I can see the Joker laughing.
Yep. Blech.
Bomber?
Bomber. Oh no.
What am
More.
I fighting for? What am I fighting for?
Everybody Bible thump.
I love how he says it more confused. Bomber, as in like,
This
where
isn't
am
Colonel
I?
Bowie either. There's only one more survivor. I hope that's the Colonel.
The fact that there's no music.
Damn you! Faster to the Confederate forces!
Oh. Okay, that was a pretty dang. I
Yeah.
like it.
Anyway, if you want to, see more cutscenes in this game, you can make Brosensha play this game in viewer's choice.
Yeah, I'll probably do some. You know what? Monday is a holiday.
It is.
Yeah, and Justin still works, so I'm just gonna be doing nothing anyway. I'll probably do viewer's choice Monday.
AJ's stream is not frozen my end. It might be on Brosensha's end.
Let me give it a quick refresh over here and see if we can get it working.
So Hannah has less health than Bowie, but she has a laser that goes through objects, and it's also like one shots a lot of soldiers, and you get 40 ammo with it, which means you can really just go nuts with it. And
that's
why
huge,
I think that's why I think she's like the best character overall. She's probably not the best character for a speedrun, but she's definitely the best character like to play through this game casually, in my opinion. Especially if you get health upgrades for her, which, takes care of her one weakness.
Okay. By the way, Natara and AJ Games Archive are both getting to this double house section pretty reliably.
Yeah, that's good. And Natara has made it to the boss once. I'm not too sure how progress is between Not Electa and AJ Games. I haven't been paying attention to them as much. I don't know who's in third and fourth. Fortunately, this is a more casual match, so it doesn't really matter too much technically. Okay, that boss is very mean. The trick is to approach it from the sides and shoot it diagonally.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yes, what Shentalk had was a PC Engine duo, because, as Rhythm Song said, turbo duos are pretty rare and upwards of $600 to $700.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so TurboGrafx 16 stuff is actually pretty rare, and collector's items, especially for the CD stuff and the Turbo Duo stuff, and the later games. Not so much the earlier games, because they made a bunch of those, but, for example, when I was a kid, I had both Kodash and Airzonk, and I think both of those are over $100 now. Unfortunately, the TurboGrafx 16 was the only console that my mom gave away, and I have no clue why.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know, right?
She's like, well, this doesn't have very many games. I'm gonna give it away.
I have most of this consoles from my childhood, but just out of all the consoles, she gave that away. And I was more mad, not because it was so valuable, but just because, like, no one would care about this except for me. Although, to be fair, Kadash and Airzonk are good games. Like, if you want to try out actual good games for the TurboGrafx 16, Kadash and Airzonk are both good games in my opinion.
This song is so smooth, Mike.
Oh yeah. This game is full of like 80s like jazz and metal and well, not really metal, but like rock and stuff like that. Alright. Heavy bass, just shoot diagonally. Shoot diagonally. Just shoot diagonally.
No. You're not my mom. What, are you gonna give away my TurboGrafx mic?
Well, you don't even have one, so I can't really do that.
Well, shoot, you already did. Ah, dang it. Everyone's giving it away now. What a rough life. Hey, Natara is on to the boss again. This is good.
Oh, yeah, this is a good sign. Unfortunately, she's getting really pelted by the bazooka guys.
Go ham with your bazooka.
Oh, no. Definitely in second, though.
This is... I don't know. I'm enjoying this game. I kind of want to play it, Mike.
Oh yeah, it's a fun game. So I would say you can beat it in less than an hour, but obviously I am not the best source for that. I would say you can probably beat it in, I don't know, like 2-ish hours or so. It's not a long game.
I'm not too bad at running guns, luckily, Mike. I've had my share of experience with them. I would do okay.
Yeah, I think the big thing
I say that now, but just wait until Monday, obviously.
I think the big thing that's tripping up players is just that, unless if you're using the sub-weapons, you're locked in place when you shoot. Okay, and Heavy Bass beat the boss. And I think you realize how good the laser is, because you can still move while shooting.
Oh yeah, that's huge.
Your machine gun.
Unfortunately, he's refusing to use the laser and takes a death because of it.
It's weird. The bazooka I can understand, because you only get 24. You get 40 of the laser. Like, there's no lack of them. I would be up for that, Team Murdoch. And yes, I heard that's the good Shubibimon game.
Play Honey on the Run, Mike. That's a...
That did look like a game, certainly.
It's so fun. Seriously, you'll love it. Maybe.
Maybe. I like how you just had to say that maybe. You're like, wait a minute, maybe he won't like it.
No, I think that you generally like games that are good.
I do like good games sometimes, yes. In fact, I've been playing Risk of Rain 2 recently.
Oh, I need to play that a little bit more, Mike. Maybe we should team up and lose a bunch. I haven't actually played multiplayer with anyone, so that could be fun.
Neither have I, so I don't know how that works out. I've unlocked, I want to say 5 out of the 6 classes you can unlock so far.
Oh, good job. I haven't.
Yeah. Well, I didn't start playing it a lot until, like, this week. Since I want to take it easy from the strep. So the best way to do it is in a game, and it's in a roguelite where you die a lot.
Yep.
Faizu, I played Risk of Rain 1 multiplayer once. It seemed a lot easier than single player. Although, even just single player, Risk of Rain is a great game. I would recommend Risk of Rain 2, although I'm sure a lot of you in chat already have it, because the developer said they already sold more than 1 million copies, and they said that it took Risk of Rain 1 like 2 or 3 years to accomplish that milestone, so I don't know what happened, but it's a really popular game.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've got it. A lot of people here definitely have it. I want to do multiplayer someday. What?
Sure.
I don't play
have the best
multiplayer.
internet, but I'll play.
Whatever. Lag makes the experience even better, Mike.
Exactly. I mean, we are from Kusogr4nde, so you gotta, make the experience authentic somehow.
Actually, if anybody wants to play Doom 2 multiplayer, I'm 100% down for that.
Why Doom 2 and not Doom 1?
Because Doom 2 is from my childhood, and it's got 30 levels, Mike. 30.
Probably 34 levels, actually.
Well, I mean, they're bonus levels.
Oh, yeah, good point. I have heard of those 16-player Risk of Rain 2 mods. Okay. Heavy base has the point of this boss. I don't know why he's still going down, because you don't need to go down the moment you shoot down the first launcher. You can just kind of stay on the top, so to make sure the missiles don't hit you. But still took care of the boss very easily.
Yeah, I think he's starting to get a little bit used to this level. Still relying on the machine gun way too much. Though.
Yeah, it's really weird because the beam pierces through enemies. So it's like, not only does it make things easier for you, like it makes things quicker for you
like
too.
AJ's strat here. Just wait. They'll come down eventually.
I mean, it's a good strat. Okay,
Ooh,
so,
I like this music.
Yeah, so he's on the boss. There's going to be another missile launcher, if I'm not mistaken. Okay.
No!
Oh, no.
He could have done it, but
Yeah.
it's fine.
It's fine. He made it to the boss. He's a little more familiar with the boss. I think I died to that boss the first time I fought it. So, there's no shame in dying to it. Like, it is actually a pretty difficult boss to decipher. At first.
Yeah. Anyways, you asked why Doom 2. Also,
Yeah.
that's one of the first games that I remember playing multiplayer, really. We got a LAN set up in our house and figured out how to connect to each other. It was like hours of setup to get everything working right, but then it was a blast. It was so much fun.
That sounds really cool. Oh, good point. Doom 2 is the first one with the double-barreled shotgun.
Yeah, double-barreled shotgun rocks.
You know, it was actually a pretty decent Doom, and I think it had either new or levels or just a ton of levels in general. It was the PlayStation Doom port. I remember that one being pretty good.
Really?
Yeah. The Saturn one is supposed to be really bad, and the story behind that is that the developer made it run at 60 frames per second on the Saturn, like he's just using the CPU or the GPU, I can't remember. And then Carmack's like, this looks better than this is smoother than the PC version, you can't do this. And then he made it like recode it on the other.
Hey, AJ is on to the boss here, by the way. Oh, that did not last very long.
Yeah, I'm looking at AJ. Oh no, just getting overwhelmed.
Yeah, so one of these days... Oh my gosh, I played so many custom levels for Doom as well, for Doom 2.
Oh, remember those WADs, those like
yeah,
software
WADs
stores back in the 90s? They're like 1,000 levels, and it was just like 1,000 empty levels or whatever.
Oh,
I
I
never
bought
got one myself, but like
I
as a
did.
kid, you're like, whoa, 1,000 levels!
I loved them, Mike. They were so much fun. Like, I thought it was actually worth buying.
Really?
Personally, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what's cool about Doom is that even though it might not be as big as it was in the 90s, it still has an active scene, not only for speedrunning, but just for making levels and the like.
it's relatively simple, so yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyways, maybe I'll have to go find some of my favorite WODs. One I remember was essentially a deathmatch stage that was... someone just made their own house in Doom.
Natara? Oh no, she took care of all of the bazooka soldiers, but...
Sad day.
At the very least, as of right now, the places are pretty set. I mean, they can definitely change within the last, 15 minutes or so? But it is Heavy Base first, Natara second, AJ third, and then Not Electa in fourth.
I believe so, yeah. Not Electa, I feel, has just been trying to rush through way too much. You know, you gotta take care of the enemies. You can't just let a whole bunch chase you down, because they're gonna get you.
No. And what's really helpful for that is using the grenade. Like, I can understand being conservative in the stages, like to save it for when you need it, but I don't understand being conservative on the bosses.
Well,
it's like that's when you should use it.
Oh yeah, that's what weapons like that are for, you know. You know, part of me also thinks when you find that something isn't working for you, just try something else. You know, worst case scenario, you die and you have to do the stage over again. Just experiment, have fun, use the sub-weapons and see if anything works for you.
I mean, I did that in Dually, except I don't know if I had that much fun playing Dually. And I had a close match, so it's all good.
Oh yeah, it was close, Mike. Good old Dooley.
Good old Dooley. Heavy Base has a good amount of health.
Nope.
And not anymore. Oh no.
It happens. I mean, they're heat-seeking missiles, Mike. How are you going to run away from a heat-seeking missile?
I don't think anyone's actually going to make it to stage 4 because stage 3 is actually a shmup auto-scroller. So it's not very long. But it was difficult enough that I died the first time because it has these fighter jet planes that if you get hit by the missiles, they have explosions, so you're going to get hit multiple times.
Uh-oh. Yeah, Mike, if you died on that stage, nobody else watching is going to get through it. Let's be honest.
I mean, I'm not that good at guns. Like, even though I did get through the game fairly easily, I did die a couple of times getting to the final boss.
Sorry, the game is verified impossible. Literally impossible. To any of us subhumans.
Kusogr4nde possible.
I do want to say Natara is starting to get pretty close to the house place again. She's doing a good job of taking it slow, not rushing too much, and avoiding some of these grenades. There we go. Grab the P. The P is what you want. Heavy Base X gets another game over there. Natara is close to the boss. Get that extra health, and it is time to duke it out. Nice, she managed to take out some of the enemies before the actual bosses spawn. That is a good way of handling it. But
okay,
oh my
she's
gosh,
taking care of almost all the bazooka guys. but she needs to dodge a lot. Okay. She
Oh,
just needs to play very carefully.
No! What?
Oh, she did it!
She did it? Oh my gosh, that was so close. Like, a couple
Yeah, she
frames
almost
later,
got
she
hit
would have
by
been
the
dead. Now she... You know what? Let's go ahead and hop over and listen to this again. Because I like it.
Whatever
Yeah,
made
good
you
idea.
want to revolt?
Revolt? My orders were to put down the rebel army. Bomber, I thought you were the one who revolted.
I guess I ended up with the Joker again. It seems we've been taken in.
You mean someone invented a story that my troop was revolting?
It was the same way in the final zone operation. Someone's trying to get you.
Me? Who?
Who knows? But you are an able officer. There might be people who would hate you just for being so good.
What are you saying? I'm just a soldier. I've never done anything to make enemies.
You would say that.
Oh my god, Kate, you're right! My name's not
Well, yeah,
Shaky,
he
you're
says...
right.
Well, yeah, he says, I'm not a soldier, and I was thinking, I'm just a drifter. I was...
I can see the Joker laughing.
Bomber?
Bomber?
Bomber. Oh, he's dead.
What am I final zoning for?
The zone with
Colonel
no
Bowie
name.
either. There's
Okay.
only one more survivor. I hope that's the Colonel. Damn you, bastards of the Confederate forces!
I just love it. It's so good, Mike.
I know. I just wish we could experience more. Since we're not gonna see the stage, I'm just gonna link the YouTube video for the stage 4 song.
You know what? We can go ahead and play that at the end instead of switching to some random song. I'll go ahead and get that ready for us.
I posted the link in chat. There's another one online. They seem to be roughly the same quality, so if you get that one instead, that's fine.
Well, we have just about 5 minutes left. Honestly, I think Heavy Bass X is likely to take the victory unless Natara, who's using a lot of the laser, manages to pass.
That's good.
Wait, it's called the Bee Launcher?
Yes, it's called the Bee Launcher. Yes,
What?
I noticed that like 20 minutes ago.
Okay, well, I'm finally paying attention, and now I'm hungry again.
The Bee Launcher.
The Bee Launcher.
I guess it's supposed to be Beam Launcher,
Oh, maybe so.
but I like Launcher more.
Same here.
Hey, if you need a raid message, Bee Launcher is a good one.
Boomer. I mean, I feel like there are some pretty precious lines from this game.
Oh yeah, Joker?
Joker.
I am just a soldier.
I was on my way to meet my sister at Dodge Gulch.
I mean, here's the thing. I think even if Natara dies once, she has a small chance of making it to the boss.
Oh,
and
yeah.
taking lead. I don't think it'll happen, but there's a possibility.
There definitely is. Oh!
Not shocking that the boss took her
Nope.
out. It messes up everyone the first time.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. Okay. One more shot, really, I think, to move into first. You know, I'd say that there are some games that just work for certain people and some games that really don't work for some. Run and gun is not a genre that we typically have on Kusogr4nde very often. And so,
True.
yeah, it's kind of interesting
Although-
for me to see how people do.
Yeah. Although, when we had Time Slip on, some girl who I don't think is really known for run and guns just dominated that game, so you never know.
Yeah.
Then again, she has 3 first places, so she's a lock for the bracket already. And so if you're a player who's, you know, thinking, oh, you know, maybe I'll never make it to the bracket in Kusogr4nde, you know, your first time through, I think this is some girl's 3rd time in the tournament, and this is the first time she's made it to the bracket. So
Oh, yeah.
if you participate, you know, in Kusogr4ndes and maybe a mystery race here and there, then, you know, you might improve enough to get into the bracket for Kusogr4nde.
For bad
So
games
you can
specifically.
experience more pain and torture.
Yeah, I think with bad games specifically, a lot of them share controls or gimmicks or just especially bootleg games. Once you play a bootleg game,
Oh, yeah.
you are much more prepared for any other bootleg. But the first time you do, it's just... it destroys your soul.
I mean, I think Dooley destroyed NPC and my soul when we first played it.
Yeah!
Yeah, I'm not a big bootleg player, and to be honest, I don't give out a lot of bootlegs. I like finding, you know, published trash that people put effort into, or at least, you know, they had to publish it officially. And also, the other reason why is that there's people who are much better at finding bootleg trash, like there's been.
Yeah, I think when it comes to bootleg, I have stuff specifically that I like to find, you know, and there are so many bootlegs that are just mediocre out there, like so many, or so many that are just like puzzle games, or that are just the same stupid card game with some anime character next to the cards. Like, why? You know what? We've got 15 seconds left. I don't think anybody is going to be finishing
No.
soon.
So it looks like the places are set.
Yeah.
Heavy Bass in first, Natara in second, AJ in third, and Not Electa in fourth.
Indeed, that is where we are, and it's time. Hey, I actually stopped the timer, Mike. That's great.
Hooray!
Oh my gosh. Wow, condescending. So yeah, that is our order. Heavy Bass takes the victory, Natara second, AJ third, Not Electa fourth. So the general response that I'm seeing in Discord, by the way, is that they enjoyed this game, which is great to hear. I'm inviting Heavy Bass X if he wants to come join Voice. Yeah, I think he's a little bit surprised that he won, but he did.
Heavy Bass is so shocked.
He's like, I won a match. Heavy Bass X, welcome and congrats on your victory today.
I can't believe I won that.
By the way, can you play the Momoko song? So
We are playing it.
Song oh, nice. Okay.
Oh, wow. Still,
It's beautiful.
that was great.
You enjoyed
That
the
was-
game?
Oh yeah, I loved that very much. That was a hard game that I actually enjoyed.
Yeah,
It's actually a good game. The most unfair part about it is that there's not really many iframes, so stuff like explosions and later in the game lasers are going to hit you a lot.
Yeah,
But it's a very doable game. Like, you know, you can generally dodge most of the stuff that's coming at you, and everything is pretty learnable. So as you get, like, you know, progress a little bit more and more, you can get farther and farther. And if you want to save state your way through it, I will say this. If you enjoy the voice acting in the first couple of stages, it only gets better and better.
I will take that in mind. That
Yeah.
was actually a fun experience.
the voice acting is really the reason why it's on Kusogr4nde. The cutscenes are kind of legendary, is what I'd say. But the game itself, like, Mike is a huge run and gun person, and he really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, when I first tested it, I was just like, this is like a bad Contra. I can take this. It's a bad Contra with one life. I could take it.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I did.
But there are unlimited continues, so at least there's that.
That's good.
Yeah, Unlimited Continues definitely goes a long way here. I'm trying to think, what else? Heavy Bass X, you've been around for quite a while. This is your first victory, I know, in this Kusogr4nde. How have you done previously?
I have done like 5 straight thirds, and then in the last race, it was a straight dead last.
Oh, no.
Because everybody beat the game in the Spider-Man 3 run. I was ahead for most of that.
Hey, you know what? I'm really glad despite having some hard matches, I'm just glad that you can come and shine today. Yeah.
Thank you. This is like my 7th attempt, and I'm finally glad I got a win.
Yes! Oh, well, I don't know. Today's just been such a happy day. I'm really glad that we were able to get through this game, hear some of the cutscenes, and just overall enjoy it. Well, Heavy Bass X, anything else you want to say before we take off and leave for the night?
Do you mind if I plug a few things? Usually when I
Go for it.
Usually when someone... I got a YouTube channel. I think everyone else has got a YouTube, but mine's been making videos for that. I'm starting making Let's Plays. I'm planning to make more in the future. I'm hoping to stream a lot more on Twitch a bit, and I got some other things I got some other plans. So I'm a busy person.
Oh, sweet.
Just like I said, there was a video back on YouTube. I only do good videos here. Bad gaming, it's exclusive here on Kusa.
I love it. You're like, I'm mostly a good video game person. Honestly, I think most people here are, There are just a few of us nuts who are mostly devoted to the bad games.
Yep, it's basically you signed up for this, you're kind of stuck with it.
Yeah, well, cool. If you want, you can link your YouTube in chat in Twitch, just so that people do have a link there. Other than that...
The YouTube channel is Heavy Bass X. It's Tarism/Heavy Bass, so if you look on there, what you can probably find is I do Pokemon stuff, so if you could look for Platinum, that's an easy way to find it.
Pokemon.
My Twitter has a link to the video I did for the exclusive the whole Good Games thing. It should be there.
Cool.
Otherwise, I'll just say thanks for having me on.
Hey, you're welcome. Yeah, go have a good rest of the day, and I'm really glad you're able to join and kick some booty today.
I'm actually very glad to actually get a win over. Because if it was the first victory, would have been the Spider-Man 3 race, I would have known. But I'm definitely not in the running for the double bracket.
Oh, that's okay. That's how it goes. I got eliminated last Kusogr4nde pretty quickly.
So did I. So that's why I'm the game master now.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I think Heavy Bass, Mike, we're going to go raid Author Blues, who's doing some speedrun stuff with 3D Aladdin. You know, always a good time.
You all know what to do.
Yeah, what do we have a good message?
There's Luncher, or what's the other one? I am just a soldier.
I am just a soldier. Okay. Go share. I am just a soldier. You can also give him your lunch if you would like, but I'm not going to. I need my own lunch.
Give Author Blues your Twitch Prime subscription or $5. It always goes a long way.
Well, everybody, go take care and have fun. Thank you, Heavy Bass. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Brosentia.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.